ladies and gentlemen. We've got round 6 on the card for the Football Town show tonight, and Albert Park and Mickleham kick off things in the Men's V-League as the two bottom place teams vie for their first points of the season. Next game on the card sees debutant Joao Silveira go up against Rodrigo Covarrubias' Ashburton FC, and then Ernie Simsek looks to continue his good form for Metropolitan against his old side Pascoe Vale and Lucas Krull. Then we jump over and take a look at the Women's V-League Premiership, and the first game to kick things off is Pascoe Vale taking on bottom-placed Heidelberg, who haven't registered a point this season. Elena Vatke then returns to league action for her Fitzroy side as they go up against Spiro Carcass's Vic Vipers FC, who look to creep back into the top 4. And in the final game of the night, Marcelo Marquez goes up against Ashburton's Kat Dixon. But for now, let's join Jimmy Soufas for all the men's action.
First up, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a look at the men's V-League results from last week. Vic Vipers defeated Ashburton 7-4, Hume got over the top of Mickleham 7-3, Metropolitan wiped the floor with Albert Park 14-6, and Fitzroy shocked Pascoe Vale with a 4-3 win. First up, we'll have a look at Mickleham and Albert Park this week. Two sides sitting at the bottom of the table and who are desperate for points. Early on, Iggy Filipovic battled his way through the Albert Park defence and slid the ball around Mo Kuzicu to open the scoring for his side. Aaron Masinovic then found himself unmarked from a corner as he had two finished past Kuzicu, and Mickleham took a 2-0 lead very, very quickly. Kwang Bui then dribbling through the Mickleham defence played in Mutabazi, who toe-poked past Karsvan, and Albert Park were back in the game. But they could not stop returning forward Lachlan Campbell, who exchanged a good 1-2 with Iggy Filipovic before slamming the ball past Kuzicu, and Mickleham extended their lead to 3-1. Kwang Bui though looked the biggest threat to the Mickleham defence, and he almost found the bottom corner if not for a great save by Karsvan. Iggy Filipovic's strike was then saved by Kuzicu, but Luke Hollian was on hand at the back post to put it in as they went into the break 4-1 ahead and firmly in control. Second half opened up with Jose Vasquez having a crack, and he hit the upright. Albert Park starting to wrestle some momentum back. Elise Mutabazi then struck the ball through Aaron Masinovic's legs, and he got his second of the game. A loose ball then fell to Luke Hollian, who laid it off to dangerous forward Lachlan Campbell, and he drove home an effort from distance, Mickleham leading 5-2. Filipovic then played in Campbell again, who completed his hat-trick through the legs of Mo Kuzicu, and Mickleham were all but home and hosed. Hollian then did a little too much in the corner, Vasquez winning out and playing across Mutabazi, who finished off his hat-trick.
I'm here with captain, player, manager, Vlado Zoric from Mickleham. Important win tonight, Vlado, against the bottom of the table, Albert Park. It's going to go a long way to keeping your survival chances alive, isn't it?
Yep, because now there's no more so-called easier games, like when there was 12 teams. Every game's tough. Even these boys done well, you know. Steve done extremely well, you know. So hopefully now this will be a start of something better. We've got Vipers next week, and hopefully we'll get a few more players and try to do the best we can.
Next up saw Metropolitan taking on Pascoe Vale in what was the blockbuster of the round on paper. Pascoe Vale already being defeated twice during the season. Metropolitan would look to inflict a third, but it didn't get off to a good start when Sofian Sufi almost looked like he was going to score. Dino Radzevic clearing off the line. Robert Armelini then somehow found the bottom corner from distance as Pascoe Vale took a 1-0 lead very early on. Armelini then led another counter-attack as he played in Sofian Sufi, who hit the upright. Michael Charmy didn't know much about that. Sufi then beat a couple more before playing in Johnny, who squared the ball to Lucas Krull to tap home. Pascoe Vale now leading 2-0, Metropolitan having to really fire up quickly. Ali Radzevic tried a little too much and lost the ball to Andre Caro, who rounded up Michael Charmy, and it was 3-0 to Pascoe Vale, really running away with this one. A shot from Gustavo Candelo was saved by De Paris, and a 50-50 effort between he and Simsek was won by Simsek. He then walked the ball in, and Metropolitan pulled one back. Some more hard work from Ernie Simsek allowed Gustavo Candelo's back heel to be deflected into the path of Ali Radzevic, and it was suddenly back to 3-2 going into the second half. Andre Caro then picked up the ball around halfway, making Grigic look like an amateur before smashing the ball past Michael Charmy, who perhaps went to ground a little too easily. Armelini played a good 1-2 with Lucas Krull, beating Carriage, and then a few deflections allowed the ball to fall into his path to walk in another goal. Pascoe Vale now leading 5-2, and the game looking all but done. A long ball from Dino Radzevic somehow found the top corner, no foul on Lorenzo De Paris. before Adam Husseini was sent off for a second bookable offence, hitting down Sufi right in front of the referee, and Pascoval made the most of the man advantage. Andre Kara squaring the ball to Sufi, who got his second of the night and finished off a 6-3 win.
Cans, fantastic job by you and the boys, Pascoval. You've won the trophy. How hard was that tournament to back up tonight? Must have been very hard for you boys to come back.
Very hard, but I think that's life. Who likes playing? Like, there's no finish. There will always be another competition. You gotta just keep it up.
Tonight's game, you got out of the blocks quickly, 3-0. What happened, Andre? Did you take the foot off the pedal?
No, I think it's normal. Like, we just played 8 games last week, and it's normal to be a little bit flat today. That's all.
Through the middle, and T saved by Blade.
Drills one. Past Chan. Gets his second goal of the game. The dangerous left foot of Maxi Avram. Always have to know the ball is going to Avram down that line. Slovacek. Josh Slovacek. What a goal. He's put him straight back. And Brunswick draw level.
The big strike there and a great save by Digby.
My name is Kay, and you're watching the Football Town Show. Go Futsal!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's match of the round between Fitzroy FC and Ashburton FC. High-flying Fitzroy will look to get another 3 points and stay in touch to the top, while a resurgent Ashburton will look to crack the top 4 tonight. To have a look at Fitzroy's lineup, Todd Miles has most of his main men in. Fernando De Moraes is missing, though, a notable absence. While Benny Gearbach has his new look side primed and ready, Liam Digby, a new inclusion to this side. Let's go down to the action. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, Ashburton taking on Fitzroy. Here's Alistair Dunlop, he cuts it out early. Dunlop wide for Uahan Altuntas, and he's rattled the upright. Liam Digby had no chance there, left wide open Altuntas, and his shot rattling the upright. Castro, his pass cut out now by Jeremy Ortiz. Ortiz leaves Rodrigo on the floor, and Alistair Dunlop, he hits the other post this time. Fitzroy desperately unlucky not to score. Really well done by Ortiz, and Dunlop should have made it 1-0. Now Rodrigo Covarrubias, Akavisi, all one back again by Ortiz, and it's gone wide by Dunlop, who hits it hard into the top corner, and Alistair Dunlop opens the scoring for Fitzroy. He's been playing some very good futsal and has improved out of sight, beat Ferguson easily and drilled it past Digby. Here's Jimmy Brennan, launches a long ball. Joel Silveira, a new inclusion to the side for Fitzroy. Here's Granolas and Silveira, and now Alejandro Granolas makes Digby make a good save there, and it stays at 1-0. Fitzroy with all the running early. Here's Stephen Gustis. Cross to Algarabi. Now Gustis again, dinks it over the top, Castro. Ricky Castro leaves Angelo Fusca behind, and it's 1-1. Poor defending from Fusca, and Castro, one of the best targets in the league, if not Australia, turns him like cake and put the ball through the legs of Jimmy Brennan. Here's Castro again, Akavisi, Algarabi. Akavisi now one-on-one with Altuntas, and he made some room for himself, and that quick back release forced a chance of a shot. Ilhan, no chance to block that one. Good save by Brennan. Here's Altuntas now coming in. Deflected off Castro. Montiglioni with a good touch past Algarabi, and he drills it into the top corner now. Fitzroy lead 2-1 once again. Brilliant Altuntas deflection there, but it's very good awareness from Montiglioni, and Digby, standing flat-footed, was beaten easily by the young star. Now here's Gustis. He plays a great through ball to Castro, and Ricky Castro took a touch and drilled it past Brennan. One of the purest finishes in the league. A brilliant ball from Stephen Gustis, well controlled, and before any Fitzroy player had a chance to get over there, it was 2-2. Mark Burton drilled it, Digby with a save. Alistair Dunlop was waiting unmarked on the back post. Would have been hard to hit him, but if he did, it could have been 3-2. We look now late in the half. Ortiz will run over to take possibly the final ball. Drilled at Digby. He saves and Jota will hold it and clear. It's 2-2 at half time, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned to the second half. It's going to be a cracker. Second half now underway, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Montaglione, scores locked at 2-2, but it's a turnover, and Covarrubias slips it through Brennan's legs again. He's not having the best of games. Fusca couldn't get back to him, and it's 3-2 now to Ashburton. Well, who would have picked Ashburton to be leading 3-2 at this stage, and it could be 4 here. Akavisi well cut out by Burton, and now Gustus drilling it at Brennan there. Stephen Gustus coming in late, and Ortiz couldn't react. Here's Silveira. Now Dunlop. Silveira in the first game, and Joao Silveira plays in Ortiz. He's not tracked by Castro. Gustus tries to cover. Oh, and it's a poor mistake from the young lad, and Joao Silveira gets his first V-League Premiership goal. Not the prettiest of fashions. Gustus missing the clearance here after Digby's save. And it's 3-3 now. Brendan Dunlop, he's played fantastically today. Silveira plays the ball through Algarabi's legs, and it's the same play again with Ortiz, and now on the left foot, Joao Silveira. This man can play futsal. He drills this pass through Algarabi's legs. Ortiz does really well, and Silveira finishes past Digby again. Brennan, Altuntas, and now Ortiz. Oh, Akavisi brings him down. He's saying he was holding his shirt, but he's given a straight red card, Davide Akavisi. And, well, look, Ortiz did get away from him, and he's kicked the back of his heel. Definitely a red card, and Fitzroy looked primed to win this one. Only seconds remaining now. Altuntas. Oh, and look at this, Ricardo Castro. He put pressure on, more in hope than anything. But boy, oh boy, Ricky Castro completes his hat-trick in the most bizarre fashion. Altuntas could have cleared it anywhere, but he went deep, and somehow it's finished 4-4. Castro finishes the star of the show. What a game we've witnessed, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm here with Ashburton superstar striker Ricky Castro. Ricky, what a result. It looked dead and buried, but you finally got something out of the game. How did it feel out there?
Felt great, especially getting that last one. It was all luck. It was unfortunate for the defender. He just tried to clear it. And that's futsal, man. But yeah, we copped a couple silly goals, and yeah, we were very fortunate in the end, you know, to get that last one.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up our footage from round 6. Let's have a look at the results. First up, Mickleham got off to a flyer, beating Albert Park. Fitzroy had a thrilling draw against Ashburton that went down to the wire, and Pascoe got over Metropolitan 6-3 in the end. The Big Vipers will take on Hume at a rescheduled date, as the sides were unable to meet today. Round 6 ladder looks like this. Fitzroy on top with 13 points. Big Vipers in second, still undefeated, and have 2 games in hand. Pascoe have lost twice and sit in third on 12. Metropolitan on 9. Burton sit in 5th on 8. Hume surprisingly down in 6th on 7. Mickleham sit second bottom on 3, getting their first points of the season. And Albert Park stay rooted to the bottom. Now for the top goal scorers, Ernie Simsek is on top on 12. Ricky Castro right there with him on 12. Sofian Sufi and Jason Barrientos locked on 8. And Nedjet Sahin down 5th place on 7. Next week's clashes, Fitzroy, top of the table, will take on Hume. Metropolitan take on Ashburton in what could be match of the round. Albert Park, bottom of the table, will take on Pascoe Vale, and Mickleham will try their luck against the undefeated Vipers. That's all for the men's side of things, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for the women's with Matt Montgomery.
Taking a look at all the women's side of things, Ashburton got over Heidelberg, Richmond beat Pascoe Vale in a thriller, where there were wins for the Eagles and Melbourne Uni. I'll see you after the break, ladies and gentlemen, for the round 6 action.
Oh, Janine Aiden, what a cracker. Absolute stunner down the line. Hurling effort there from his arm. Kept out by Clough. That's a brilliant goal. What an introduction. He's only on the pitch for about 10 seconds. And he flicked it through the legs of John Italia. And Montaglione over Jimmy Brennan, and it's 3-0. Oh, Fuska, lovely save by Digby.
Hi, I'm Ruby. You're watching the Football Town Show. Go Futsal!
First game for round 6 saw tabletoppers Melbourne Uni go up against Ashburton FC, who were looking to break into the top 4. It was Melbourne Uni, of course, who got proceedings underway. Marcela Marquez, in-form Brazilian, is really turning it on this season for Melbourne Uni. She put her side in 1-0 in front. Letizia Samet, her partner in crime up forward for Melbourne Uni, made it 2-0 as she chipped keeper Mel Lum, and the ladder leaders and title favourites were soon well in control. Samet was on the attack yet again as she got past Ashburton's key player Leah Barrett, and she was only denied by the crossbar. The second half started as the first ended, with Melbourne Uni peppering the Ashburton goal, Marcela Marquez being just denied there by Mel Lum. Moments later, Ashburton got their real first chance on target as captain Danny Petreska hit the crossbar, but there was no stopping Marcela Marquez, who got around Petreska and chipped Mel Lum, who went down way too early, and Melbourne Uni was soon 3-0 to the good. Petreska's side ball was cut out by Letizia Samet, and Naomi Mackey ended up finding a loose ball to get past the league's best shot stopper Francis Land to make it 3-1. It was almost too little too late as Marquez pounced on some poor Ashburton defending to nab her third of the game, and there was more magic to come from the Melbourne Uni maestro as Marquez sent her delightful back heel through the legs of Petreska and Mel Lum to get her fourth of the game. But in the dying minutes, Marquez put the cherry on top of the cake, grabbed her fifth of the game, and the 3 points in a 6-1 result.
Melbourne Uni keep on them winning ways. 6 in a row now. What a dream run. Did you think this was possible at the start of the season?
No, not really. Look, we try to think each game at a time. That's what we try to do. Usually, when I show up to play here, I'm very excited, but I'm a bit nervous every single week, which is good. That's the kind of feeling that you want to have when you're playing. It's like that motivation always up there.
The next game on the cards saw bottom-placed Heidelberg FC take on last season's champions and league high flyers Pascoe Vale FC. And as expected, Pascoe Vale got off to the start they were after as former captain Chloe Dranowski scored from close range as the Heidelberg defence failed to pick her up. And she soon made it 2-0 in a matter of minutes, and Heidelberg was soon on the back foot to last season's champions. A good passage of passing play between Ange Durston-Ryan and Nikki Tumblety showed the kind of skills Pascoe Vale have at their disposal, as Janowski put her hand up for MVP honours at the end of the game as she grabbed her third in the first half. An impressive strike from Christine Duffy made sure that her goal was a contender for goal of the week as her thumping strike made it 5-0, and captain Illy Jacob wrapped up the 6-0 scoreline as she was also unmarked due to some poor Heidelberg defending. Pascoe Vale continued their dominance of their lower-ranked opponents well into the second half as Illy Jacob's strike was denied, although it did seem to cross the line in the slow-motion replay. Heidelberg's best chance came from a strike from Shakira Stephen as she hit the top of the crossbar. It was never going to be enough as Nikki Tumblety grabbed her second and capped off the commanding 7-0 result.
I'm here with Captain Courageous from Pascoe Vale FC Women's V-League, Illy Jacob. Good to get a win on the board again after, would you say, a disappointing season so far? Because 2 games you've lost to Melbourne Uni and Richmond, and to come tonight and stay in touch with Melbourne Uni was a big game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really nice to get another win on the board after a couple of losses, but I think, although it was disappointing when we only lost 3-2 to Melbourne Uni and 2-0 to Richmond. They were very close games, and it's great to have more of a challenge this season. I think a lot of the other teams have really stepped it up, and you've got to take your wins with your losses as well and learn from it, and I think, play every team 3 times, so I think we can definitely come back from it, yeah.
The next game saw Fitzroy looking to maintain their place inside the top 4, go up against the Vic Vipers, who was looking to just keep away from the bottom of the ladder, so the 3 points were crucial for both sides. And it was the Vipers who drew first blood in the opening minutes through the number 6, Jess Byrne, with a delightful strike to put them 1-0 in front. But Fitzroy do have a lot of attacking talent, and it was the young Elena Vatke who made a delightful run on the left sideline to finish from the back post. The next run of play, the smallest player on the pitch, Stacey Papadopoulos, got on the score sheet as her deflected strike wrong-footed Candice Salama, and Fitzroy was soon 2-1 to the good. And just before the halftime break, it was Papadopoulos who lashed onto a well-taken side ball to make it 3-1 at halftime. Fitzroy's dominance continued well into the second half as Papadopoulos was involved in the goals yet again as she set up teammate Stephanie Otto for a tap-in from only a foot out. With the Vipers hardly looking like scoring, Fitzroy were able to do as they pleased. Elena Vatke with a delightful through balls to set up Claudia Frascalza for her first, and then she made an individual run on her way to her second goal of the game to make it 5-1 with minutes remaining. But there was a comic end to the game as Elena Vatke skied the ball after being faced with an empty net.
It was good to see the girls bounce back from a couple of weeks ago where they were defeated by Melbourne Uni comfortably 7-2, but you're missing a few players, and all the players rocked up tonight. If they keep rocking up every week, it is a very talented side.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of really good girls. A lot of girls that don't actually play futsal, so it's good to see them get their futsal skills out from their football games. And yeah, if we can keep getting all the girls down, we'll definitely give the comp a run for their money for sure.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Round 6 done for the Women's V-League Premiership. Let's take a look at all the results that we've seen tonight. Melbourne Uni were too good for Ashburton, as was predicted. Pascoe Vale kept a clean sheet against Heidelberg. Fitzroy kept their title chances alive with a 6-1 victory over the Vipers. And Richmond and the Eagles will have to be played on a later date. Taking a look at the round 6 standings, Melbourne Uni of course lead the way, undefeated after 6 rounds on 18 points, followed by Pascoe Vale and Fitzroy on 12. Richmond round out the top 4 on 10, while Ashburton, Vipers, EFA Eagles and Pointless Heidelberg round out the bottom 4. Taking a look at the race for the Golden Boot, it's no wonder that the lady on your screen is leading on 15 goals as she scored another bag of 4 goals for round 6. It's Melbourne Uni's Marcella Marquez, followed by Christine Duffy, Illy Jacob and Sarah Richardson for Pascoe Vale, while Melbourne Uni's Letizia Summit also sneaks into the top 5. Taking a look at the round 7 clashes for next week, Pascoe Vale take on Ashburton. Heidelberg will look to get their first points of the season against the Eagles. Fitzroy and Richmond will be certainly match of the round. And Melbourne Uni will look to maintain their unbeaten start to the season against the Vipers. Thanks for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. See you all next week.